Welcome to the Boston Tea Party. Hello, my friends. Today we begin a fascinating journey through the history of the Boston Tea Party. Imagine this. It's a freezing night in December, 1773. You're standing by Boston Harbor, and suddenly, the quiet water turns into a giant teapot. No, this isn't fiction. This is the night ordinary people threw nearly 90,000 pounds of tea into the sea and sparked a revolution. Today, we're diving into the wild story of the Boston Tea Party, not just what happened, but why it shook an empire. The trouble had been boiling for years. Britain, drowning in war debt, demanded the colonies pay up. They taxed sugar, paper, glass, but the one that stung most? Tea. Tea wasn't just a drink. It was part of daily life, served in homes, taverns, and gatherings. But now, every sip carried a bitter taste of injustice. Colonists had no vote, no say in Parliament. They called it no taxation without representation. By December 1773, 3 ships waited in Boston Harbor, packed with East India Company tea. To unload it meant surrender. To reject it meant defiance. The whole city held its breath. On December 16th, thousands crowded the Old South Meeting House. Voices roared, tension grew. And then, a signal. A group of men, some dressed as Mohawk Indians, stormed toward the ships. They weren't soldiers. They were carpenters, blacksmiths, shopkeepers, neighbors. With axes in hand, they worked with almost military precision. Chest after chest was split open, spilling tea leaves into the icy harbor. The water turned dark, waves swirling with rebellion. But here's the detail people often miss. Not a single man kept any tea. Not a crate was stolen. This wasn't looting. It was a message. The British called it destruction. The colonists called it justice. London struck back with the coercive acts, punishing Boston. But instead of breaking the colonies, it united them. The spark had been lit. The road to revolution had begun. So the next time you sip your tea, remember, it was once at the heart of defiance. The Boston Tea Party wasn't just about tea. It was about freedom, courage, and the birth of a nation. Moral of the story. The Boston Tea Party reminds us that when people stand together against injustice, even ordinary citizens can spark extraordinary change. True freedom often begins with the courage to say no to unfairness.